Powered by Virginia Radio.
What is going on, everybody? Hey, Monty here with another episode, another edition of Hey Chill. It's just a podcast, and today we are here with a couple old guests, couple new guests, well, one new guest. Just a quick introduction to everybody. Eric was good. Bratty was good.
Hi.
We all know y'all already, so that's why I'm saying good to y'all.
I had it. It was on the tip of my
Just say hello, bro.
That works.
Let's introduce our new guest, Taylor. Hello.
Hello.
How are we? Doing good? Are you excited? I mean, you nervous?
No.
Bratty, how should she feel?
Empowered.
And prepared.
That's a good word. Good word.
Prepared.
Prepared?
Yeah.
Well, there's not too much preparation for this. For me, I think the preparation is just watching the show and knowing what we talk about, and just being ready for the beans, man. I don't know.
Oh, the beans, honey. Good for
Yeah.
Like what you did there.
Yeah. Anyway, so we'll get through the announcements real quick. First announcement, Powered by Virginia Radio. If you want to get your podcast and start your podcast, hit us up, Powered by Virginia Radio. We are accepting podcasts, of course. Hey, man, it's a dope network. We've talked about it multiple times, man. It's a dope network and a great opportunity for anybody who wants to put their thoughts and their wonders and everything that they feel and they want to talk about out there. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, just that stuff and all that good stuff. Next thing. Why is this so zoomed in on us? Hold on. Pause.
I think it's because we got closer.
No, it's not. I know exactly what it is.
I mean, I'm cool with it. I mean, I ain't got really blemishes like that.
No, I know, but I'm saying, like, I know exactly why it's doing it.
You gonna hit like F3, Control Alt G, space, hyphen. It's all about codes nowadays.
Jesus.
Did it work?
I knew that he was zoomed in like a motorcycle. Sorry, excuse me, guys. Anyway, continuing on. Yes, Powered by Virginia. If you want to get your podcast done, do that. Audible Heat recording studio over in Portsmouth. You can use my promo code to get a studio session, like 10% off your session. Yeah, fuck with Audible Heat. That's my dog, man. I saw Dwayne yesterday. That's my dog.
Yes, I love
Came to
them.
the birthday, you feel me?
Pretty
So
cool.
yes, shout out to Audible Heat. Make sure you are booking at audibleheat.com. Shout out to them for joining MSL as well. League's doing dope things, which brings me into the league. MSL, Music Sports League. Artists, if you want to compete, man, like, you want to bring your music to a whole different type of style to where it's more of a competitive, more putting your music out like sport type deal, come and rock with us. You know what I'm saying? Submissions are starting again January 5th. Our live show, our playoffs start on October 29th. It's going to be a dope show. It's gonna
We
be
in
a
the
battle.
building.
Shout out to all 5 artists who made the playoffs. Washco, B Menace, Lil Nancy, 75 Lou, and Rulerone. I'm excited to see you guys, man. I'm excited. So yeah, MSLmusicsports.org, and check that out. All right. Let's get to it, man.
Let's do it.
So, first things first. Bratty, I missed you, girl. You know why?
No, I hear that all the
Because
time from so many people.
I didn't mean it like that. What I meant was, I have been so ready to continue on with this conversation that we started with, because I felt like I was thrown off guard, and I thought about it a lot for a couple weeks, right? And there was things that I was like, all right, I feel what she was saying, but then things I didn't agree with.
Okay,
So
what did
just-
you not agree with?
A quick recap on what was happening that day.
Rewind.
So Bratty was pretty much getting on me because she felt as if I feel like, this is my personal perspective from it, that you felt like I had a trauma that I couldn't get over, or like people are stuck with traumas that they go through their life that sticks with me. And that's where I felt like you were getting at, is that I was stuck with a trauma from a past relationship or something that's happened in my past that I'm just unable to get over. That's what I was getting from that. Am I in anywhere near the right boat?
No. I was trying to make you dig a little bit deeper, because you were explaining to me that what you learned about you is that you could not deal with emotional women.
Right.
But I wanted you to look deeper than that, Because there's a time when I dated somebody and I couldn't stand them. I couldn't stand that they were a user. I couldn't stand their ego. I couldn't stand how they were this way and that way. And after some long, hard healing work, I sat down and I realized, wow, that guy is exactly like me. He is literally my shadow self. And what I learned about me was that I'm actually not quite different. And that's why I disliked him, because he was showing me things about myself that I disliked. So I'm wondering if, because you don't like these emotional women, maybe it's because you see something in them that you see in yourself that you dislike.
So here's the thing. I mean, I'm an emotional guy. Not afraid to admit that.
Yeah.
Not afraid.
Emotional.
But it comes to a point where my emotions don't come as often as a female's, I would say. So I have way less emotional days than some females that I've dealt with in the past, to where they were just emotional every day. So my point of that was, I just can't. I already know where I'm at emotionally, and what ticks me makes me tick, stuff like that. Constant negative energy makes me tick. So if you're constantly being negative about yourself, or just constantly down and sad and this and that, it makes me tick, because I don't like that type of energy. Mm-hmm. So typically girls who are more emotional are typically girls who are more depressed in my eyes.
That's a good.
They have a lot more going on emotionally, mentally, that they need to go figure out for themselves, that clearly this relationship ain't where you need to be if you're emotionally not there yet. Because, whatever, go ahead.
There's various emotions. And, some people get, they cry when they get happy. I mean, there's various different emotions. It sounds like the women that you have maybe dealt with or been introduced to maybe were a little bit of a Debbie Downer, maybe depressed, possibly.
But what sucks about that is that they don't show that until way deep into it. Just like how guys,
because guess
just
what?
like how guys show different emotions.
That's why I feel like where she was going with the triggers, because it's a very strong chance that she really isn't a Debbie Downer. It's just that something that might have came along that brought that back up. So now you're like, oh, well, she's just being over emotional when she got triggers just like everybody else.
And I wouldn't even say triggers. I wouldn't necessarily say that she just felt comfortable to open up to you at that moment. Like you said, it happened over time. Then that means that she felt comfortable enough with you at that time where it's just like, okay, I feel like I can really talk to that person.
I love that.
No, that's perfect.
That's
and
a
then
great perspective.
But the way that you react with saying that, oh, well, I can't do it over emotional females, then that messes up that female in the future, because then that makes her afraid to ever be vulnerable again, type thing.
Because imagine going out to a dinner, and the first time you're like, hey, how you doing? Well, I have depression, PTSD, I have OCD. I don't like rainy days. I don't like Sundays. I don't like. First off, I'm gonna be like, check please. We're done. We're not even going to appetizers.
I get that, but it's like I guess it's just people who are constantly down on themselves for no reason. I just don't particularly like people who just constantly have something negative to say about themselves. Like, I joke around, I'm always saying negative stuff about myself, but it's like joking, like I don't actually mean it.
A lot of truth is said in jest, though. Do you think that maybe
I feel that
part of the reason why you...
the stuff that I say down about myself just...
But I'll never tell you a lie type thing.
But the thing is, with you, what you just said, is the fact that you see the positive in everybody. You see the motivation. You see where they want to be. You see them at that point. But what you got to realize is, and I've been through it, so I understand where you're coming from. What you might see in somebody, you might see them at that plateau right here, high value. Right now, their mental state, their emotional state, they see themselves right here. So by you trying to say, oh man, but I see you here and I see you doing this, that, and the third, by you trying to push that on them, rushing it on them, they don't see it themselves, that it's not truly them. In a sense.
Well, there's nothing that a person that somebody else can do for you. If somebody is constantly telling you how great you're doing, and is constantly being like a very positive influence in your life, and you can't see, like you're just not believing nothing they say, you just can't see it for yourself, it gets tiring, it gets overwhelming, it gets to the point where it's like now you're just constantly repeating yourself, and it's just like, well, why am I going to keep repeating myself if you're just not getting what I'm putting out? I'm telling you constantly you're beautiful, I'm telling you constantly you're awesome, I'm telling you constantly you're doing great. You look at yourself, so say like, for instance, say you got a good job going on, whatever, you just got a lot of good things going on for yourself, but you're constantly downing yourself, and you're constantly finding every small negative thing about yourself, and you can't ever find something good to say. How am I going to continue on with this positive words and trying to motivate you if you just won't motivate yourself?
But bro, in the same sense, you do it to yourself and you don't even realize it. And I'm gonna say it like this. I'm gonna give a perfect example. Today, you know what I'm saying? I share everything. All my bros, I share positive things about them. I share it. I want to talk about it. I want to see it. How many times have we talked about how you handle your business and stuff like that? And I'd be like, yo, bro, you taking stuff too kindly. You being too nice.
I mean, but that's with like business stuff.
No. But that's personally. What you do personally is that's you as a person. You know what I'm saying? So if you're doing it with the outside, you're gonna do it with a female as well. You might not see it, but you will do it.
Nah, I feel what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell you. I tell you all the time, hey, bro, you being too nice. You doing this.
Welcome
and
to
that's
the
your
second
personality.
therapy session with.
But no. This is a therapy session.
No, we're not gonna stay on this the whole time. I just wanted to because I feel like we did not finish this.
Sure.
And I wanted to finish.
Because guess what? I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I seen the comments, because I love reading the comments, and I went back.
It randomly started going up.
Bro, when I looked at it, I'm just like, yo, it's half and half. Like, the guys were against Bratty, but the girls hated Monty. And I mean, they hated you to the point where they was like, man, the guy that wears his hat backwards always gonna feel like that. I'm like, what does the hat have to do with anything?
Dude, there was this one chick who was way too highly invested, dude. She was invested for like 2 weeks straight.
Boy, she was in that.
And every time, anything that I said to her was just like, Shirley, you're too invested. And she was bad. I'm not gonna lie. Like, she had a lot of followers too, but she was too highly invested in my comments for 2 weeks straight. I'm just like, yo.
She would not let up. She would not let up.
It wasn't me. It was just other guys she kept responding to, like other incels that she would just respond to.
She was going in. Like, I'm reading the comments. I'm like, damn, 600 something likes.
If you see this, views. Follow me, lady, whoever you are. Thanks.
Bro, no, but you would see the females. You would see the females on there and they'd be like, yep, she's right. I don't care what she said, she's right. And I'm just like,
no, well, I don't necessarily think so because a lot of people were on my side as well. A lot of people did agree. I think that everybody's different when it comes to their past, and how you choose to handle your situations and handle your future is depending on how you live by your past. Like, I don't live by my past decisions. I live by my present decisions and what I want to do in the future. Right? So any bad decision that I made in my past, I leave it in the past and I keep on going. So that kind of brings me into the next thing with the traumas. Do you feel like your past traumas has led you like to the point of no return on some of those things that just can't be healed from your experiences?
What do you mean exactly?
So have you been through traumas that you feel like you can't heal from?
Relationship traumas.
Yeah.
There we go.
Some have been so brutal, physically and otherwise, that it's something that's very hard to overcome.
Right.
It is something that I can transmute and utilize because I am a social media influencer to help other women and some men as well. Mm-hmm. And that's how I find my healing, is through healing other people and through communicating and talking. Just like what I was doing with you, that was a form of healing for me personally.
How do you gain healing from that?
Because you're helping others.
I'm not really sure. It's just
like you gain just some type of pleasure from it. Like,
I think that what happens is as I'm speaking and I'm talking to you, I'm starting to realize a lot of things about myself.
I get that
as well.
I get
so
that.
through the realization, through the awakening, the acceptance, the ability to look at it instead of just okay, I'm just gonna move on from it, helps me to actually heal the actual wound instead of just moving on from the situation.
You're pretty much like listening to your own advice type of deal. Like, because I feel like we put out better advice to other people than we actually, like, we don't listen to our own advice. Like, have you ever put out advice to somebody that you didn't even listen to yourself type of deal?
I'm sure.
You know what I mean?
I can't think of anything off of the top of my head, but I'm sure.
But I do feel like when you give somebody advice that you know is good and you know is going to help them, then it does help you in a way, because I feel that when I give people advice, I feel like pleasure from it. Like, or when I help somebody do something, I feel good. Like, I feel good, little warm feeling in my stomach.
It's genuinely a form of validation, but that's where a lot of, it sounds corny, but that's where a lot of my happiness comes from.
It's not corny. No, I think that's deep. Like, that's deep because you're finding happiness from helping somebody else find their happiness.
And healing.
But I feel like in order to help somebody else find their happiness, you have to be happy yourself. Are you happy yourself?
In some ways, yeah. I think I'm happy with my growth and how far I've come. I mean, even just from 6 months ago where I was.
I disagree with that. I don't feel like you have to be happy and help somebody else find their own happiness.
But wouldn't you be a hypocrite?
No, not at all. Because happiness is relative. You know what I'm saying? It's like what makes you happy might not make me happy. So I could be giving you something that just completely turned your whole day around, but it didn't do anything for me per se. That advice, because that's not my issue.
Okay.
But like y'all just said, me helping you did enough to heal me. You know, help me a little bit, turn my day around, type thing.
Look at that Aquarian perspective, man. I just love to see it. Yes, ma'am.
Off the top of the dome, you know?
Yes.
Y'all make me sweat, dude. Aquarius, all
That was in the comments too. They didn't know if it was
I know,
light
it
or
was
sweaty.
I sweat, guys. What do you want me to say? I get hot. It's hot. We got lights shining on
Yeah.
us. I'm over here. I'm pressured. I'm in the hot seat sometimes. Fuck off, all right, TikTokers, incel fucks.
Yeah,
Fuck you, guys.
definitely.
Fucking dicks. All right. I do personally feel like, so my point of that is that I feel like some people go through certain things in life that they are incapable of healing from because, like you said, they're too damaging to the point where it's unhealable. However, not everybody goes through that. Like, I haven't been through a super traumatic experience in a relationship to the extent that you have. Like, you've been through some shit. I have been through some emotional shit, but I haven't been through kidnapping and all that extra stuff you've been talking about. I haven't been through that, so I feel like the things that I've been through are healable, to where things that maybe you have maybe haven't been healable for you, but I haven't been through anything that I feel like is not healable.
Well, I've healed that wound, but I notice that when I go through something that's traumatic like that, I transmute it into something else. And what's interesting is that my traumas have also become my kinks. My traumas have become my kinks, my sexual style. My traumas have become how I started my career. My traumas come through how I help people. And while I've healed that wound, I more so transmuted it into something else
Scar tissue.
entirely. Yeah, kind of. Mm-hmm.
I know. I know. Don't ask questions. Just know. Scar tissue. I'm all about the anatomy.
You know
Anyways.
what? All of that is completely relative to the N-word.
Huh?
Black people using the N-word.
Oh yeah, we used it for our benefit.
Exactly.
It was used as a,
It was-
bro. I hate
Bring
it.
pain into power.
I hate it so much because they be like, no, you can't say it. You can't say it. Motherfucker, you're not pure. No one in this bitch is
nobody
pure
is fully
anymore.
black in here.
So just because my skin absorbs the sun radiation into melanin more than the other does not necessarily mean that I can use the term. The term was to be negative. The term was to hurt. The term was to demean. And people use it in rap lyrics. People use it. I mean, hell, Kendrick Lamar had an issue with it years ago. One of his major songs, he brought a Caucasian kid up on stage and was like, "Hey, you gonna say it? You know all my lyrics, but are you gonna say it?" Like, that's
Corday just did it not the other day. Corday just did it in a concert earlier this year.
Yeah,
brought a white kid on stage to do R&B.
Me personally, and the reason why some of the black culture hates me, because I personally be like, "Yo, bro, you gonna let them say that?" I don't give a fuck, because guess what? They're not saying it in a derogatory term. I've had.
But what if they are?
Huh?
What if it's just a straight freaking
I
good
know
old
the
boy who's
difference.
like, what up?
I know
the hardy are.
No, but I know the difference. I've had Caucasian people, and I wish, I'm not gonna say his name because I don't want that to be put on him in a negative way. But we grew up together. You know what I'm saying? And he said it, and I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. But he knows when he's around people he doesn't know, then all right, I won't say it.
All right, what do you feel about cultured white people saying it? Cultured white boys saying it.
Culture, I'm gonna fuck you up.
But you just said
you said
cultured white boy, meaning a white boy who hangs out with nothing but black dudes.
Oh, go for it.
Yeah, he is one of us at that.
That's
point.
what I'm saying.
Go for it.
That's what
Go for it.
That was my
Go
question.
for it. I mean, because look about it and think about it like this: if you said it right now, you said it on air, whatever like that, it wouldn't bother me. It wouldn't bother me.
But I choose not to.
But to see the other people that's watching this, they'd be like,
I choose not to, because
they would naturally they would naturally see you as like, oh, that's a white boy. What the fuck you doing?
Yeah, I don't even feel comfortable commenting on this topic.
Nah, but it's like one of those things where I don't care, because I know I know some Charleston white type of black folk that will say it, and I'll be like, hold on, bro.
Them sundown towns,
Y'all
bro.
like, bro, I hit you in your face. What the fuck you talking about? I know African American people that are like that. That are whitewashed in a sense. You be like, yo, bro, nah, fuck that. You can't use that shit. I don't care. But I know white Caucasian people that can use it, and I'll be like, all right, cool, it's cool. So it's all a preference.
Like Monty said, it's all about being cultured.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I don't think I'm a chance.
I just choose not to because, like, again, I've been around too many people who
In
are
the
like,
way,
I'm white,
in the way the society works now, the chances if somebody really getting pissed off about it, you're getting pissed off about it because you want to start drama.
Exactly.
You want to start drama.
I honestly feel like that's what a lot of our
because I mean I've seen Dominicans, I've seen Puerto Ricans, the Hispanic culture, and the I don't know how to say it, the Arab culture.
I just think typically people of power or
people of color, people of descent.
Just people of high media places just like to make big deals.
Man, you go to a construction site, you'll see it all the time. You'll see it all the time.
All right.
What is that? A mountain out of an ant?
I have no idea.
Yeah, a molehill. There
Make
we go.
a mountain out of a
I
molehill.
know something.
But I mean, yeah, you'll see it all the time.
All right. Well, that brings me to the next thing. Let's talk about narcissism.
Oh, yes.
So
there's 4 stages to narcissism.
Oh boy.
I learned something new today.
Idealization. Then it is the devalue stage, discard stage, and then the Hoover stage.
So what's your difference between narcissism and confidence? Because I'm saying, I didn't want to endow in y'all's conversation because y'all were talking about it, but earlier when y'all were talking about it, I'm just like, if y'all really know the definition of narcissism,
confidence.
It's like the thin line between confidence and narcissism.
No.
Because I can feel myself. I can feel
Narcissism
myself
is a
and be like, yo,
disorder.
I'm better than you.
Confidence is a trait. Narcissism is a diagnosed disorder.
By who?
But this is how
By
I
doctors.
feel.
By doctors, by people that have their own opinions.
He actually has a point on that too, though.
By people that have their own opinion of what it is.
I feel like you can have narcissistic traits and not be a narcissist.
I have narcissistic.
If I look,
Everybody
exactly. If I look in the mirror and I'm saying,
Everybody.
"Damn, I look good. I look better than the average dude." Like if I'm talking to a shorty, and I'm just like, "Yo,
Now
I look better than your last
See,
week."
this
Yeah,
is
that's
what
different.
bothers
That's
me.
no, that's not.
That's the
narcissism.
same thing as a narcissism. Look up what narcissism is.
I know what narcissism is, but I'm
glad
saying
you said it.
I don't think that's I don't think that is the same thing
It's the same thing as
at
doctors.
all. That's
Hold on. Let me. Narcissism, personality qualities that include thinking very highly of oneself, needing admiration, believing others are inferior, and lacking empathy for others.
See, but that's the thing. Needing admiration. You don't need that admiration because you admire yourself. You are the shit.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you
yeah.
don't need
But at the
everybody
same time, everybody has their own entourage. Think about it. In high school, and school, and work, and the workforce, when you do a good job, when people give you praise, it feels good, doesn't it? It feels good.
First of all, I would like to explain something. Just being somebody who has studied this independently and being somebody who has been a victim of narcissism multiple times. There are 4 stages to narcissism. We were going to talk about this. This was the topic.
Yeah,
We'll agree to it.
You want to talk about it?
no, I'm good.
Okay.
A confident person does not purposely seek out an empath with the intent to create a trauma bond. Do you know what a trauma bond is? An actual legitimate trauma bond? That's the first stage of idealization. So what they do is they come to you. They love bomb you, maybe give you gifts sometimes or what they can. Oh my God, you're just everything I've ever wanted in a person. You're just amazing. Oh my God. And they give you all of this. What is it called? Oh my God, that chemical that's released in your brain.
Endorphins.
Yeah, sure. And then
That's what it
right?
is.
So
Dopamine?
right,
Dopamine,
something
endorphins.
like that. So then after they have you hooked, right? What they start to do is they devalue you. And that starts as saying little truth said in jest jokes, making fun of your skin, making fun of your weight, making fun of certain little things to make you feel bad. So what you end up doing is you end up working extra hard to try to get back to the love bombing stage. And this in turn creates a trauma bond between 2 people. Then what happens is they discard you. They act like you're nothing. They throw you away like you're trash, and they get somebody else because a narcissist will always have somebody else in their back pocket because they can't be alone. Then they'll try to hoover you back when they need you as a supply.
Question.
Yes.
What about the guys who just like choose to make women feel shit about themselves, but keep them around, like, you know, women beaters and shit like that. Dudes who like keep their women around just to beat on them.
Narcissism is far more methodical.
I mean, in my opinion, you're gonna take a narcissist to abuse a woman.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. And I get what you're saying because I'm honest with myself. You know what I'm saying? I've been on the show plenty of times. I've said it myself. I have been that type of guy that have done that. Like, you know, like, yo, you're not the same. No, it's not about that. It's just you're not the same as when I met you. Like, when I met you, you were here. You got relaxed within yourself, within your personality, that you start lowering yourself. So, yo, get back to what you used to do. If I met you when you were at the gym, and after 6 months you stopped going to the gym, the fuck are you doing?
See, but I don't feel like that's devaluing. That's like you said, they were doing that at one point.
I'm gonna keep you.
Just trying to keep.
But I've had women. I've done that, and I've had women say, "Oh, you're a narcissist."
I was about to say, now you're gonna have somebody.
I want you to go back to who you were. Don't allow me to be in your life and be like, "Well, I'm not gonna still do what I'm doing." You know what I'm saying?
Commercial break.
Bro, don't do that again. We've talked about this.
Just ignore it. Just ignore it.
I'm not gonna ignore it. Okay, we're there. Anyways, I've had women that have diluted from themselves when I first met you. Like, yo, if I met you and you're just like, yo, I'm going to school, they become this, that, and the third. And we started talking and we were like, well, I don't think that's for me anymore, or I love you, so I'm gonna say, nah, fuck the love. Continue what you're doing. Like, keep up with it. Like, what are you doing? So I'm going to be that type of person, like, no, get back to it. You need to get back to your books. You got other people that have surpassed you, so you need to get back to it. Now, my word phrase or my tone necessarily might seem demeaning, but at the same time, I'm worried about that person still
also,
being where I met you.
What are you saying to her, though? Like, are you saying, like, hey, look, you're getting fat. You need to start going back to the gym. Like, it depends on what you're saying to her now. Like, if you're just like, hey, babe, like, you know, when I met you, we were at the gym. Like, we used to go to the gym together. Yeah. Like, I wouldn't try to put her. I would be like, hey, let's try to get right together.
Yeah, let's get motivated. Like, yo, you drinking, you smoking, you eating out a lot. Like, but
like,
your
let's
membership,
do this together.
Your membership is canceling. Like, what's going on? And I've been like, well, why are you forcing me? Why are you doing this? You're daddying me.
See,
you're becoming a narcissist. So I'm just like,
I feel like people do throw out the word of narcissism
and not understanding it.
Not understanding exactly what it is. It's like you said, that's nothing but motivation. In my opinion, that's what a female should want.
Well,
if I'm slacking on what I was doing, it might be something going on mentally or just in my environment that might be going on, and you coming to me and talking about it is gonna make me be like, you know what, you.
As long as you're encouraging, like for instance, as long as you're encouraging and being like, hey, like maybe we should go to the gym together instead of saying something like, all right, muffin top, you know, as long as
no.
narcissism.
No, I would never do that. But I will say, yo, if I'm the problem, I'll leave. Like I don't want to use that as a threat. But I will use it as like, yo, if I'm the problem from your success, then I'll go. Like, I don't want to. You're not gonna blame me in the future when we might get married and we might have kids and be like, well, I could have been this. We're not doing that.
I feel you on that.
We're not doing that. A lot of women do that. They're like, well, I wanted to be a nurse and I wanted to do that, but you got me pregnant. Hold on, shawty. You ain't said nothing about a condom with your legs open. You ain't said nothing about that.
Anybody that blames somebody else for their lack of success is not taking responsibility.
But I've seen it. That's what I'm saying. And
so does that make a narcissistic person?
No, I don't have to see it like I need to be a fly on the wall because I can't trust it. And let's say he is. I'm not saying that you are.
Can you pick your mic up? Can you repeat everything that you just said?
So I'm not saying that he is a narcissist, right? But let's say he is. Narcissists, especially covert narcissists, are fantastic. Absolute geniuses at fitting in with regular people, acting like they're normal, making people get on their side, etc. So I would need to be a fly on the wall to be able to actually watch and witness. Because narcissists, they talk like, oh, well, I'm just being encouraging, or I just want them to succeed. I've seen it because I've lived through it. And so you never really know unless you're in the relationship or you're a fucking fly on the wall.
Do you feel like people could use narcissism as like a form of manipulating somebody, like saying that
What do you
they're
mean?
so say somebody's like trying to motivate you to do something, they're like, you're such a narcissist, like you're always
Well, yeah,
trying
that
to
would
get
probably
this,
be like
now they're trying to
playing the
manipulate
victim
you.
just because they don't want to do something. Yeah, sure, of course.
And then I have seen a lot of narcissists use that actually, where they would go, you're being a narcissist right now. And it's like,
Oh, God.
So what if you put two
That
narcissists
deflection.
in a relationship, then what do you got?
just fucking toxic.
Ooh, my God,
What?
that will never.
And that's why they call me the toxic lover
but
himself, baby.
But hold on, how are you gonna know? How are you really gonna know until you're really deeper into that relationship? Because from what you guys are telling me is that if you're a good narcissist, that you can maneuver through this relationship for a minute before even really making them.
All it's gonna
so
be.
now you have both of you guys is using
But like
each
What
other.
they're
you
gonna
said
do.
earlier too, a lot of narcissists don't know that they're narcissists.
No, but they
yeah.
would refuse to believe
Yeah, they're
it.
not. So if it's two narcissists in a relationship, all it's gonna be is a bunch of back and forth.
It's
Because
it's gonna be a pissing contest because they're
Yeah.
egos. Because of their egos.
Do you think one could ever work out?
No,
Yes.
no.
Yeah.
I don't
Two
know.
narcissists?
I don't know. I don't know.
Not unless they acknowledge that they're narcissists and
That-
work together to
that's what
take
I'm
other
saying.
people down.
I mean, think about it like
that's
this.
the
If
only
you
way.
look in the mirror, and you say, "Yo, I'm a narcissist as fuck. Like I'm very confident. I know what I want. If you can't give it, or so per se, she or he can't give it, then they're gone. Or I'm gonna make them get with it. You know what I'm saying?
And
That's not
I
narcissism.
feel like if you have two highly educated people who are pretty successful in their fields, who are pretty narcissistic people, because I feel like a lot of rich people are. Let's be honest. I mean,
I wouldn't say rich.
Have
You
you guys
can be
ever
broke.
seen House of
Successful,
Cards?
successful.
You guys ever seen that show, House
I've
of
seen
Cards?
a couple episodes.
Those two are two narcissists.
I can see it.
Yes.
I've seen a couple
what's
episodes.
House of Cards?
It is a
Political
fantastic
show.
political show.
I thought it was a movie.
It's one of those.
I'm not gonna lie. I was agreeing with y'all, but I was like,
I'm
I
gonna
know
be
the
honest.
movie.
No,
Yeah.
Nah, I'm gonna be honest. It's like one of those shows where like you gotta be into slow shows. I'm gonna be honest.
And you gotta pay
It's a
attention,
slow
but it's so
fucking
good.
show.
What
It's
do
a
you mean?
slow show.
Like slow, get to the
meaning-
point.
Like, can
Yes.
You gotta give it a
skip couple
chance.
episodes?
No.
Like nah.
No.
Nah.
And it's very dark.
Yeah.
It's very dark.
It's
Which I love.
I haven't seen too much of it.
Yes,
I've seen
it's
a couple
very
episodes.
dark.
I couldn't get too jiggy with it because, like I said, it was slow.
If you just gave it a chance,
I mean,
kind of
but
like Game of Thrones.
if you
and
wanna
kinda
talk
give it a
about
chance.
series.
See, and I'm not gonna lie to you. It took
So
me forever
good.
to get in Game of Thrones.
Me too.
Me too, though. I started watching. I didn't get too deep into it, but it's a decent show. Oh, she would.
She pulled out the
She
name.
would.
So she got
She
tatted.
would.
She got Shorty tatted on her arm like
That's
like
love.
Christian Rock with blue flakes. You know what I'm saying? That's dedication. To get somebody's face
I
tatted on
mean,
you.
you want to talk about a good show? Well, I want to ask y'all this
Has a
question.
deeper meaning for me.
So, have y'all seen the new Jeffrey Dahmer show series?
I
No,
hate
heard
it.
It's good though.
I hate it. I hate it. I'm gonna
See,
tell
I'm
you.
not gonna lie to you. I done seen so many documentaries in general on Jeffrey Dahmer that watching the show really just does
But
nothing for me.
let me.
show was good,
bro.
though.
I've talked about it so many times, and I'm gonna tell you like this. This isn't no science fiction. This isn't no fake ass tale that an author came up with. The reason why I hate the stories and the shows and the Netflix
Get to the
series,
point.
I hate it because it's real.
Yeah, there's
So many
reasons
people,
to
so many people are putting emphasis on this man without realizing
So-
he killed.
Yeah, we're
Families,
This
He killed people.
This is bringing me to my question: is how are you guys feeling about these parents dressing their kids up as Jeffrey Dahmer for?
I am against
That's
that. I think-
disrespectful
I think
as
that's
hell.
what it is because even though people are like, oh, it's just a Halloween costume, but like he just said, he really killed people.
It's not
These
like Freddy
people's
versus
families-
Jason or some
these
shit.
people's families are still walking this earth to this day.
Now-
so whenever
I
they
was just
see that
gonna say.
people dressing their
Well,
kid
Jeffrey
up
not.
as their family member's murderer,
Like
what the-
imagine you dressing your kid up, right? And then that kid just so happened to walk up to one of Jeffrey Dahmer's victims' cousin or mama or daddy, and that cousin or mama snap on his ass.
You
Then
get
what?
mad.
Jeffrey dead.
Imagine somebody
No,
killed
but
your
no,
child,
but
and then you see
then
somebody
what?
dressed up
Because
as your child's
technically,
killer, you know?
technically, the only reason he died is because another inmate killed him. The state was not going to kill him because they seen him as a prophet. They seen him as, oh, I can get money off of this. He's had over 6 documentaries. He's had over 3 professional movies done with actual actors for our entertainment. I do not respect any of those type of movies. Because it's a difference between like horror fantasy and real life.
Hey, bro. It's Hollywood, baby.
Nah, fuck Hollywood. And the fact that people go with that shit, I want to question you. The people that be like, yo, that shit was good as fuck. Or the ones that make the little TikTok skits and shit like about it. Yo, bro, if that was my brother, my uncle, my father, or something like that, anybody, because he was targeting males mostly, bro, I'll be ready to shoot up something. And then y'all gonna be like, oh, that motherfucker was crazy. Nah, you playing with emotions, bro. That shit ain't cool. I don't fuck with it.
Yeah, it is.
I don't fuck with it at all.
Hey, I just like to watch these stories because it's just like, wow.
And until it's your family. Imagine somebody.
I watch Investigation Discovery all day, every day. I will sit there and watch serial killers all day and be so happy. But I feel like when it gets to like the series, that's too much.
Why are you giving them praise?
What does he need?
Because them actors. Because at the end of the day, them actors and producers and everybody are making money off of this shit.
Exactly. What I was gonna say is that because they're gonna make money off of it, because people watch it, people like to consume it, and this is what y'all gotta understand. These people who are making these documentaries and all these fucking movies and series, they don't give two nuts
exactly
at all.
And we shouldn't be promoting it.
Well, unfortunately, that's not the case. People love to watch it. People are intrigued. People like me are intrigued by that type of stuff. I've watched all the documentaries. I've watched a bunch on different serial killers, not just Jeffrey Dahmer. I'm intrigued by it because I like to watch the stories. They're just interesting to watch, like, what goes through these people's minds,
exactly.
like, to like, do something like this. Because I, honestly, me personally, I don't know if I could fucking live with killing somebody. Like, looking somebody in their eyes and
then show
them.
the documentary. Don't put it on Netflix. Where
I get what you're saying. Like, don't turn it into movies. Don't Hollywoodize it, as I like to call it. Don't fucking make it all dramatic. I get that point. I get that. But it's still, like, it's cool to watch. I
think it is informative though, because it's like you get into the mind.
Do you ever wonder if the families make money off of this?
They don't.
No.
The
Not
sister that came out for the new Jeffrey Dahmer movie, she was hurt. She was crushed because guess what? They used her scene in court.
Yep.
When she was cussing and yelling and trying to kill Jeffrey Dahmer in court, they used that exact scene in the Netflix scene. And she was like, how could you bring back a memory of my brother being cut up, raped, all that shit? How could you bring that back
I
up?
would be so furious. I won't lie.
I get that from the family standpoint. I wouldn't be happy. I mean,
it should be sued. It should be vanquished.
Emotional damage.
I get it.
Why give him praise?
I get it. But also look at like the Mike Tyson show. He
No,
never got no pay from that either.
I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna
He
say
had nothing
this.
to do with the show. That's fucked up.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna leave it at that with the Jeffrey Dahmer situation. You know how much his glasses sold for?
Yeah, I heard, bro.
His glasses.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Somebody was like, "Oh, I'm that intrigued, or I'm that interested in the story. I'm gonna buy his
Start
glasses."
thinking about those people. Now, those people are kind of.
Those people should be in prison.
Don't they have like stuff from like serial killers and shit in museums? Like,
and like scary museums and stuff like something you should avoid, like demonic, like the Annabelle stories and stuff like that, the Conjuring stories. Yeah,
I'm sorry.
that is different. But for you to be like, yo, I'm gonna pay about $200,000 for this man glasses that he killed people just to see them, what? You don't get no praise for that.
It's insane how so many people with talent in this world are not famous, but people like that can be. And I find the psychology behind why people do these things so absolutely fascinating.
Exactly.
When I was younger, I used to want to be a psychologist for kids that killed their parents and stuff because I just found it so fascinating. What makes you do that?
Let's look at human life from the start. It's been what, for the most part, throughout human life, a lot of what?
That's what you can gain out of it.
A lot of war, right?
It's
a lot
chaos.
of killing, a lot of war, a lot of
what can I gain
stories
from it?
of pretty much people in power doing powerful things, right?
Yeah.
So hasn't changed throughout entire human life. As long as humans have been on Earth, it's been about chaos. It's been about killing. It's been about.
That's like what's that book? The Principles of Power.
I was just gonna say, at the end of the day, it's all about power.
Yeah, the Principles of Power. That
That's,
book, but it is crazy though because I actually have that book. I read maybe 15 pages of it, and immediately it was like, "Oh, this is not me. I can't do that." Like they're literally telling you to be an evil ass individual.
Yeah.
And
is it like the 48 Laws of Power?
Yeah.
It's similar to that.
It's pretty much like I mean, look at people who are in power. They're all pretty much sick individuals. Like, I mean, why are we always hearing stories about human trafficking and all this extra shit?
I mean, you have to be sick to be able to, and cutthroat to be able to get to that point. Really.
See, and that's my thing. Is like, how fine is the line between rich and power? Being rich and being powerful.
They
like,
go hand in hand.
It's like, can you be rich but like not be super powerful to the point where like you can just
depends on
do whatever?
Well,
like,
first of all, money is power. Period. If you have money, that is a sense of power. It's how you utilize it.
What if you hit the lotto? You really don't have too much power. You just hit the lotto. You got lucky. I mean, you can create power for yourself. Mm-hmm. You can create a company, create a corporation, whatever. You can create power for yourself.
It depends on the person.
It's all about intention. It's all about your intentions.
Yeah, because like I feel like there's some pretty rich people who
but I also feel like the differences between those people is people that are rich with power are individuals
a narcissist
versus the people with a good heart that get rich and they just want to bring everybody up type thing. You know what I'm saying? Like those are more group settings versus that one individual sick ass person. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but some of the people that a lot of people look up to, they're pretty rich and powerful, but it's like.
Hold on. Because some people that I look up to.
I mean, some of the guys I look up to,
are not rich and powerful. Hell, half of them are deceased because nowadays the only person I'm not, and I don't mean to cut you off. The only person that I generally look up to right now is Kanye West.
All right. You can stop talking now.
Let's
talk about some actually good influences.
Bro.
Oh God, you've been fighting the Illuminati this whole time, and all we've been doing is being negative.
Okay then. See, those your type of people that you're looking into it like that. You gotta look at it. You gotta look at it for what it really is and what he really tapped into.
Look, bro. Look
what he really tapped into. Do you know anything about the Federal Reserve?
Bro, I don't give two fucks.
Then you need to. You need to, bro.
I'm not saying that. No. Let me rephrase. I don't give two fucks about. I know about the fact. No. Guys, let me rephrase. I answered his question. Do I give a fuck about his knowledge on it? I have my own knowledge on the Federal Reserve. I don't give a fuck about Kanye's knowledge.
But do you speak about it? Do you speak? Hold on. As a person that has this platform, as a person that has the platform that you have and the resources that you have to broadcast your knowledge and your opinion about situations that's going on with the world, and you say, "Oh yeah, I have knowledge about it, but I don't talk about it." Bro, you gotta look deeper. You gotta look deeper in, bro. Look how many people it's the Illuminati necessarily might not be a secret society, but at the same time, bro, there are people controlling our banks, our laws, and how we think. The cancel culture alone.
Cancer culture?
The cancel culture. And I say cancel culture, you know what I'm saying? Because it develops as a disease. It develops. It develops as a disease. We say something that a person doesn't like, and we have a popularity. Bratty might say something. Bratty might have a mentality and all that, but like, nah, fuck that. But she might not have a fan base, and I might have a fan base. And guess what happens? Mm-hmm. My fan base is gonna kill her image to the point where she no longer exists. That shit is unfair. It's unruly.
I completely agree with that. Cancel culture.
It's fucked up because you're sensitive and you want to be like everybody else. Well, I'm part of their group, so.
Can I ask a question? Mm-hmm. Dave Chappelle got canceled, right?
And guess what happened? Guess how long he went away? What you talking about? Nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened to him?
No, he got an award.
Nothing happened to him?
When he got canceled?
Do you know how many years he went away from his own show that he created?
That was way before cancel culture was even a fucking thing.
It started the cancel culture, bro.
He left on his own terms, bro.
Because why?
Answer. He wanted to, because he didn't want to sell out to Hollywood.
Because he didn't want to sell out. Because guess what? If he would have sold out, guess what would have happened to him? He would have been a puppet. He would have been dressing up, black men dressing up as women, doing what they want to be fucking funnies.
So are you
What do you
talking
think?
About,
What do you
so
think?
You're talking about like
What do
the
you think blackface
overpowering-
was?
So hold up, you're talking about the overpowering cancel culture to where like Andrew Tate type shit, where all of your shit gets shut down, all your bank accounts get cut off, all your
Because
social media gets cut off.
they don't like.
That's on some different level type of shit.
Because they don't like what people say.
I'm talking about recently though. I'm talking about recently when
Okay,
all the
even
when all the
recent-
LGBTQ tried to
even-
cancel him for his comments on that.
Even recently,
and
people
nothing
do not.
happened.
People are so fucking sensitive nowadays that I can be like, I can get on here right now. I can get on right here right now, and I can fuck everything up. And I'll be like, I don't like the new hostess Dreads, and I hate Tally. I mean not Tally, but Bratty Cakes talking about horoscopes. What does that have to do with the show? And guess what that would do? They'd be like, yo, what the fuck you got going on? Well, what you got about women and dreads and horoscopes?
Bro,
and they would try to
I'm
cancel
so
me.
lost, dude.
We're talking about the cancel culture in
So they're
the
gonna
United
cancel.
States.
So wait, are you telling me that they're gonna cancel the show because I have a girl with dreads on the show?
No,
They-
he's saying.
I'm
he's
so lost
saying
with that.
that
Ladies, please bring it up.
if he makes a comment, like say about me, oh look at how Bratty's dressed, coming on here, and
Okay.
she's talking about horoscopes, and then talking about the mob mentality, how everyone's going to try to attack him and then cancel him.
They would eliminate me.
Take for instance
okay.
Nicki Minaj. I feel like her fan base is the best example for
Yes.
that because they will attack you and like just go for blood.
So, kind of like, never mind. I'm not even gonna.
What?
Go ahead.
Why you looked at me when you said that?
I didn't. I just looked up, but I'm gonna keep that one to myself. Go ahead, continue.
What?
Like,
Say it.
No, really.
This one, I'm not gonna get canceled. I'm gonna go ahead and
Okay.
keep going.
Okay.
We're gonna go ahead and keep going.
Okay.
And in fact, and you know the crazy thing about it, bro. The crazy thing about it. Weeks ago, wasn't that in October?
Actually, no. Fuck that.
No. It was
it
it wasn't in October. It was probably in September that you talked about it. But you came on here, and I was part of the show, and you was like, TikTok, if you want to cancel my shows and you want to do this, that, and the third, that is the cancel culture. They did not like what you were talking about. They didn't agree what you were talking about to be profitable for their business.
I get all that. That's all.
That's what I'm
And
talking
It felt
about.
great to be a part of the cancel culture,
That meant that you wanted something.
Yeah, I know.
Okay then. Thank you.
and I
Thank you.
was.
Go!
No, I was.
What
Go!
are you talking about? You talking
I
about
should-
me?
No, I was just onto something with the topic that we were talking about.
Okay.
Whatever.
So what were you gonna say?
Kanye
What were you
is
gonna
mine
say?
or
What were you
something.
gonna
Okay,
Yeah.
so you were talking about how like people attack each other, kind of like the LGBTQ community attacks each other with everything.
I don't feel like they attack each other with everything.
They do.
I don't see that.
I
They
feel like
do.
I feel like they will
Like
attack
certain
everybody else
types
that they
of
feel like they're
certain
attacked
like
with.
inner communities will attack other communities on certain types of topics and things and this and that.
Like, give me an example.
I can't really think of anything off the top of my head, but I know I see things all the time.
Well, I don't know. There's a book that I read called The Science of Evil, and it talks about how when people get into this mob mentality, like something happens to your brain where like empathy is just completely
I want to be like
non-existent.
everybody else.
And it showed because you don't want to be
Vampires,
singled out.
Frankenstein.
You feel as though you need to go with the crowd because you don't want to be that person that they
Niggas.
target.
Come on now, bro.
Psychological.
Come on now, bro. You gotta open that eye, bro.
Bro, what are you even talking
You
about?
gotta open that eye. You gotta see the world for what it really is,
Oh, are
bro.
you one of those
I
fucking
can't believe I'm
wokes?
gonna say this, but I agree with Eric.
Are you one of those Matrix and use
Bro, you
bots?
gotta
Am I a bot?
open. You gotta open the eye, bro.
Am I a bot? Is that it?
No, you're not a
An
bot.
NPC?
You're not an NPC. You're not a bot.
Is that what
You're
it is? Am I
just
not
the
woke enough for you guys?
No,
Am I
you're
not-
just the uninfluenced. And as you with having this type of platform, I would expect you to really go and delve in what's going on in the world. I would expect you to be like, yo, I got a perfect setting to really
But
put
can
it
I ask
out
you a
online
question?
and bring people.
Can I ask you a question? How much time do I have to do research and find out all the depths of what's going on in the world?
with as much bullshit as you do with these artists out here, they're bullshit. And I'm not gonna put it out like that. I respect everything you got going. I've known you for years,
I feel what you're
but it's
saying.
it's enough bullshit to do it. Open the show up, bruh. Open it up. This is your show. Then with these topics that we talking about, you gotta be endowed with it, bruh.
All right, so are you gonna say what you wanted to say?
I did.
He did.
Oh.
It was the LGBT thing.
Oh.
I think they'd be fighting each other all the time. That's all I know.
They fight because they fight because what they had going on years ago is not what they have on now. Now they have it where there's so much government influence in their organization, in their group, that they can't even control it anymore. At one point it was about understanding. Now it's just like, hey, you don't like gay people? Fuck you. We're gonna take you're signed to Gap, you're signed to Balenciaga, you're signed to Nike. You don't like gay people, we're taking it back. Oh, you're signed to Netflix, AMZ, we're taking it back. Oh, you don't like that? That is how the government works, bro. They put these industry plants in these sections, and they use it for their benefit. Because in the beginning, I felt everything that the LGBT community had going on with themselves. I felt it. I understood it. I was with the marches. I was with the speeches.
I felt like they lost their sense. I don't know how to say it. It's like
they lost their way.
Yeah, and once they started like really trying to go for that acceptance rather than just people understanding. I feel like people can't settle for understanding. They will just accept me. But people don't realize that understanding is acceptance.
You know what's happening?
There you go. She got it.
You know what's really happening?
Just because you understand doesn't mean you have to agree.
Exactly.
You guys know what's really happening?
Why guys cheat on women, but that doesn't mean that I feel like it's right.
But do you guys know what's really happening? Is that big influencers are selling out
because it's a money statement.
And now they're making money off of all of this.
Thank you. Money is an imaginary concept, bro. If the dollar went away tomorrow,
that's why this shit is getting so.
And say monsters were the goddamn their value now,
bro. The black culture. You know what? You know what I think the funniest thing about the black culture, and I said it a long time in a Facebook post. So I hope everybody that's watching this, y'all go on my page, y'all go on my Twitter, y'all go on everything and look back it up. So I said, yo. Black people, the African American culture, we love money. We love getting ahead. We think money is going to put our people so ahead in life, right? But if you look at the American dollar, each and every person that we use, that we kill for, that we steal for, that we do dirty shit for, they're slave owners, right? Slave owners. So you're killing, you're stealing, you're doing all this shit for people that oppress your own people. For what?
Here's the thing, bro.
Please break it down. If I'm wrong, tell me
money
I'm
is
wrong.
the root of all good and evil.
No, it's evil.
No, it's not
It's
only
evil.
bro.
It's evil. The
all right,
green
so let me
paper
ask you
is
a question.
evil.
Let me ask you something. People who've actually done good shit for their communities, and people who have done things to actually help technology advance.
What
all
good?
right, for one simple one for you, Missy Elliott building a school.
And where?
Here.
In Portsmouth?
Yeah.
In Portsmouth. So you talking about building a school in one of what is Portsmouth's name known for?
Bro,
gunshot
see,
city,
you're
right?
looking at this the
money
whole
isn't
wrong way,
evil.
bro.
It's the power that we've given to money that's evil.
Listen, I think
our
there's
intention
people
behind it.
See,
Is
but
evil.
that's
Exactly.
where when you say money is like the root to good and evil, I don't necessarily believe that. I do believe that it is the root to all evil, but you can't do good with
Let me ask you a question.
because it's power.
Exactly.
That's why. But
exactly,
you
but
can utilize it for
I
good,
guarantee
too.
you, if every single one of us in this room was just offered $1 million, or just given $1 million right here, right now, we're all going to take it and we're all going to be happy with it. Each one of us in this room are going to do something completely different with that money.
Oh,
though.
very completely different.
I guarantee you that none of us are going to donate all $1 million.
Well,
all
why?
of it? No.
Why?
I guarantee you that you wouldn't even donate 50% of it.
That is,
I wouldn't donate.
No, 50%,
I wouldn't
no.
donate
No,
1% of it.
Exactly. Right.
You know why? But you know why?
I would invest it. I would build a business. Yeah, I know all
No, it's
about
not
it.
a business. It's not a
I'm
business.
building a village.
I would exactly. There
With
we
$1
go.
million?
There we go. I'm taking
With $1 million?
Yes, indeed.
$1
Yes,
million,
yes,
you're going to
indeed.
build a village.
Yes,
Start a
indeed.
village.
Yes, indeed.
You know that it's going to cost you a hell of a lot more than
No,
$1
it's
million.
not.
See, but this
Bro,
is
that's
what I'm
the
saying.
that's the
You
small
talked
mind
about
right there,
earlier,
bro.
There you go.
Like the diffusion, water
I'm sorry.
diffusion and stuff like that.
Rub it in.
See, you
Wax on,
can
wax off.
start off with the money part, but you still have to have that knowledge of survival. You still
I
have
get
to
that.
know how to
Right.
live for yourself. Once you know how to do all of that, the money starts to make itself.
Yes.
But I mean,
Yes.
I guess I was digging a little bit too deep. $1 million isn't enough to start a fucking city.
Yes, it is.
It's not.
It
But
is.
it's not.
In
Start
You know how much
America,
it is
maybe
to-
not.
Village,
I'm
In
sorry,
America,
a
it's
village.
not.
But do you know how
Right.
much it is for just lumber these days?
Yeah,
In America, bro.
Yes.
America, you know what they say?
All right,
It's
so
the
we can
land
take
of
it-
dreams.
all right, I think we're
Dreams.
You know what you could live like in Costa Rica?
With $1 million?
Ma'am.
When your
Ma'am.
grandchildren gonna look
Oh
good.
my
Boy,
God.
what you talking about, bro?
Jesus
I'm
Christ.
trying to tell you. $1 million in any other country look goddamn good. There's a reason
Any
why
other
For
country?
now.
Any other country?
Canada, Switzerland, Brazil, Costa Rica, Puerto Rico,
Right now, isn't the
Dominican
US
Republic,
valuable?
Germany. Oh, and if you want to break down Germany,
But what
Frankfurt.
about, like, I mean, so say you get $1 million. What if you invest a bunch of that into like stocks, crypto?
We're not doing.
Why
We're
the
not.
hell would I do that?
Yeah, we're not. Okay, $1 million. Crypto is an American-based type thing. Let's be honest with it. Let's be honest with it right there. Why do you think that most of these creators in crypto are foreign?
Not just crypto though. I said stocks as well.
And
bonds.
stocks. And stocks, because guess what? Everybody in the world thinks America is the perfect place. That's why we're called when we're in school, what's the first thing you learn? America is the mixing pot. We have all type of cultures
Go
and
to another
religions
country and
because
they fucking
everybody
get
wants to
there.
come over here because this is the easiest way to
I don't
get
blame you, to
bread.
be honest.
This is the easiest way to get bread because guess what? The culture over here, American culture over here, is ignorant as fuck. So guess what? You can get
This
bread
is what
over
I
here.
want. I want everybody to go home, and I want you guys all to write down what you would do if you had $1 million. How you would spend all $1 million, and what you would do with it in a 30-day period.
30 days.
I want you all
Say
to think
30
about
It's
it.
all
years.
business.
No,
30
no.
years.
In your first, no, listen.
30
in your
years.
just listen to the, no. I wish. But I'm saying, what in your first 30 days of having that $1 million, what are you going to do with it? And I need you guys to really be honest with this question.
Leave America.
Exactly.
That's the start. That's
Man,
the
I'd be living like
I mean,
I had $1
that's
billion left America. I mean,
So for the internet, if you had $1 million in 30 days to start something with it, what would you do?
You're going to be
That's the
upset.
question.
You're going to be upset because so many people are going to come with answers.
That are bullshit.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
$1 million? If you fuck up $1 million, and guess what? You are
I'm gonna tell you like this,
But
right?
Crackhead.
we live in a
You're a
society
crackhead.
where,
I'm just gonna give y'all
right now,
good
so
example.
they're okay.
I'm gonna give y'all a great example. I've been around a couple people. Now I'm not gonna say a lot, but a couple people who have had big money come their way that they fucked up. So all I'm saying is a lot of people talk big game until that money actually hits them. That's all I'm saying.
you never really know unless you're put in a situation, and that goes for so many different things.
I don't know. I'm gonna be
I
honest
have
with
a
y'all.
very vivid imagination.
What would I do with $1 million right here, right now, if it was handed to me? Don't know. Not the
What?
slightest.
You don't have the plan?
No.
You don't have the blueprint?
No, I don't.
Who
Then I
plans
guess
for
what?
that?
That's what
Me.
I honestly.
You know why I don't have that plan though?
No,
Because
no.
I've never in my life hit $1 million.
You know what? You know what?
So how
as
would
a
I even
friend-
know what to do with that?
As a friend, as you my homeboy and me coming to the show, that means I have failed you, bro, because I haven't taught you enough.
Bro,
I haven't gave you the insight. I haven't gave you the insight because, bro, I put that on everything I love. I put that on my mother, my father,
this guy made me
my
invest in
kids,
gold,
on everything
and
I
now I'm
love.
losing my investment.
Bro, if I had, bro, but I did it because hold on, what's the first thing I told you to do?
We're supposed to hold it all.
No, what's the first thing I told you to do?
If you got a pee, you can go ahead.
What is the first thing I told you to do when it comes to crypto? You
Wait.
brought that up, but what did I
Wait.
tell you? No. The first thing I told you to do was
Because I was like, bro, we're at a 4X, dude. Maybe we should blow out. No, dude, just
you're not
wait.
listening. You're not listening. The first thing I told you to
I
do
just
when
think
it comes to crypto
I love it.
is to do your own research.
Which I have.
Do your
Did we
own.
expect this fucking crash to happen?
do-
No, we didn't.
Oh, we didn't, because guess what? Most of this money came in because of Trump. He was giving out so much free money that we couldn't even handle. So much free money, commas.
All right, well, now we know. Next time that we are handed free money from the government and we see a big shift in stocks, buy in your stocks as soon as they give you that money.
Yes.
And then wait a month and a half, 2 months, and then sell it all.
Yes.
All right.
But you gotta watch it. But in the what I'm talking about is what your question was. If you had $1 million, bro. and I'm being sincere with this shit, what you have right now, what you and Loud have right now, and everybody that Loud's associates have right now, this is a $1 billion institution, because I know how TikTok likes to fuck up words. All my words be fucked up on TikTok. But anyways, y'all have a $1 billion thing going on right now with all these podcasts, all the radio events, all the MSL, the music sport leagues. Bro, $1 million with a company like this, 1 million turns to a billion real quick if you know how to use it. Mm-hmm. You have the merch. You have the snacks. As soon as you walk in this building, you see the press machine, you see the snacks, you see the drinks. You have everything to go for yourself to turn something simple into something big. So $1 million is a lot. So right then and there, as my homeboy, as my
warehouse, bro.
Oh, okay. We can do that, but with $1 million,
Right,
loud. Can you do that with $1 million?
No, give me a warehouse.
Loud, can you do that?
A small warehouse, right?
Fuck that. I'm talking loud. Can you exactly? That's what I'm getting at.
All right, calm the fuck down.
I'm aggressive with this shit. Cause $1 million, bro, you can do a lot.
I feel like you're coming at me, bro. I'm not saying you can't. All I said was if I just got some right now, I would have to think for a second. I would have to look at it in my bank account and be like, damn, I got $1 million in there. Now I gotta sit there and think for a second. You ain't gotta think. Just follow your blueprint. I'm gonna, cause I'm not gonna just sit there and just be like, bam, I'm gonna go invest into this, spend a whole bunch of money, and then not be able to make a fucking ROI that quick.
If you plan it ahead, every day I wake up,
this motherfucker, you gonna just go, I'm gonna go buy this, and that, and then I'm not gonna have no type of ROI plan.
I plan it. I plan everything we go through, bro.
Go buy a plot of land, build a house on it, and then sell it.
Okay, you gotta plan it, right? You gotta have that dream, right?
Shut up.
That's everything about a dream.
Shut up.
That's a dream, baby.
No, I feel that though.
No,
if you planned it, you thought it through.
I'm just saying. I never even thought about having $1 million in my bank account. So I guess I need to have better.
Thinking about the future.
No, I'm always thinking about. No. All right, let me rephrase. I'm sorry.
I'm a billionaire.
I've never seen $1 million in my bank account, so I don't know what it's like to have $1 million in my bank account. Do I always imagine and wonder and wish I did? Yes, of course. But I've never actually had it happen. So unless I have something actually happen, it's hard to. But I know I have to build to it. You know what I'm saying?
You have the drive.
See, so
I'm going to be a millionaire soon at some point.
Should be thinking
I see all my homeboys as millionaires. So if I see all my homies as millionaires, I hope they have the blueprint.
I always take shit in steps. So I'm like, I'm going to think about 100,000 first. What am I going to do with 100,000? Shit, I can rent out a really good space. I'm not going to buy it yet because I don't have the money to buy it. Unless I could buy a nice piece of land, but I'm still not gonna have enough money to build what I want. So, because you gotta just think about what you can do with $100,000, bro. I would want to build a better studio for us, get a better building situation.
I'm disappointed.
Up the price, up the ante, get a
tonight, Monty, bro. Usually I'm on your side, bro. Tonight, bro, you hurt my feelings.
I don't care.
You hurt my feelings to the point where I'm just like, yo, like.
You know what's crazy about that is that I'm still gonna sleep the same.
Yeah, but not. You might sleep the same. But as my boy, as my brother, and I've seen where you came from. That ain't the same Monty I know. It's not. I'm sorry, it's not.
All right. Here we go. You ready? $1 million. Let's do it. So let's go ahead and sign a couple artists. Let's go ahead and fucking put. What do you want me to say, bro?
I want you to do what
I told you I have to sit there and think about it for a second. I gotta put together a plan.
You've done it. You've done it. You have the resources now. You have that ability to be around people that's gonna put you on to more and to better. I want you should this goddamn notebook that you got right there. Write down your plans. Write down your blueprint. Write down your goals. Who can put you in that position? Who might not be able to put you in that position? Who needs to be cut off? Who needs to be saved? Like
manifestation is real.
That's where I want you to be at, bro. Like, come on now.
I mean, everything that I just don't talk about the shit that I be thinking about.
Write it down.
I don't need to. Because I don't need to because I always think about it.
I remember you as Monte Culo, and I looked up Culo because I don't know Spanish that well, and Culo means ass. So Monty Ass is Ass Monty or Monty Ass. And you switched up your name, you switched up your brand, and I loved it. So with that being said, as your homeboy, you got to do better. I'm telling you right now, on air, so everybody can see it. TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, you got to do better. And
I
I'm
gotta
here
be
to say
honest. I think A. Monty is one of the most driven people I've met in a really long time.
That's why I'm like, give me
A.
$1 million
Monty
and I'm gonna think about it. I mean, I haven't had $1 million in my
I
bank
think
account.
that
So
you're better than what you are now, but I think that you're gonna reach it. I think you're climbing.
I think it's because
I see your potential.
I
see
put
what
you on
I
a
have
plateau.
I just have so many things going on in my
I
life
understand.
that it's so hard to like wrap it all up.
I can feel that. I relate to that.
Because
more
your
than
head is
anybody.
just all over the place.
I understand.
So I have many things that I want to do with each individual thing that I have going on.
Mm-hmm.
And so if I had $1 million, it'd be too much to fucking explain. I have 3-4 different avenues of things that I'm doing that are really doing things.
Mm-hmm. It's like, where do you start?
Exactly. So it's hard to sit there and sum up and answer the question. For me, it's not as easy as just saying, oh, I'm going to quickly do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, because there's so many different things that I would want to incorporate that $1 million into. So it's not as easy as just saying, I'm going to just incorporate it all into this. I'm about to do a whole big thing here. I don't know. I have to think about it. I have to sit there and really say, all right, I want to put 50,000 into this. I want to put 100,000 into this.
I'm glad. I'm so glad that you said this on air, on live, because guess what? This rest of the week is Monday. This rest of the week, I'm gonna be on your ass like white on rice, like flies on shit.
Okay.
Because we ain't having that. No. And I see one of my homeboys slipping up, and that's my duty.
Look, bro.
Just like I would want you to hit
I
me.
mean, to be fair, we're on his show.
I don't know if you
I
know.
mean, we on his show, but guess
I
what?
said that, like all the stuff that he got going on, like
Exactly.
the difference between me, I can think of easily what I want to do with $1 million because I don't have as much as you going on right now.
Well, guess what? Only a knife sharpens a knife, baby, and I'm already a knife, so I'm going to sharpen you up.
I mean, I'm gonna.
And you're
give
gonna take it the way you want to take it.
If you want me to I'd probably give 10% of all my money to everything that I'm doing. Meaning, so 10% to each
We
thing.
sharpen it up then.
I don't know what else you want me to say.
Get used to
100,000
this.
to each individual thing that I'm
Get
doing.
used to this face then.
What do you want me to say?
The thing is I don't want to work. I want my money to work for
Right.
me.
No,
So
really,
I would look at like
Exactly.
real estate, and then I'd be like, then I want to invest in like certain things that I want to do.
Exactly. There's a million things that we could do. That's why I'm like, there's so many different millions of things that you could do with money that it's like, I don't know where to start.
You have more
Right.
drive than a lot of people I've met in Virginia.
You gotta
to be
have
fair.
a blueprint.
And I don't know where all this drive came from, but I'll tell you, I love it.
You gotta
Because
have a blueprint.
You're that Virgo rising in Capricorn.
26
baby.
years old, I work for myself. I
because
go through
you
ups
had
and downs.
drive real young, in my opinion. Like, versus
Yeah, I started doing. It was when I started doing music, dude. I did music. I started,
When I
and
was
I
doing
was
at
just fucking
26,
going.
nothing. I was doing
It's fucking
nothing.
going. I just started, and I started
Oh,
going.
no. Where y'all said it was? You said 26. I had nothing. Loud. I've read your stories. Had nothing. I don't know you personally. No, I'm just saying. I
had a lot when I knew nothing.
I'm okay.
Okay.
Different perspective.
Way more ass than that right now when I was
Different perspective. Different perspective. I
He
don't know.
said,
I don't know.
yourself.
I don't know you
Correct
personally.
yourself.
I don't know you personally, but you know what I'm saying. The way he got it right now, bro. I see my homeboy. I see my friend there. I know where he can be, and I know where he should be. And for the fact that he come on here and say, "Yo, if I had the money, I don't know what I'd do with it," that bothers me. You know what I'm saying? Just like I would hope that my homeboys would see, be like, "Yo, you just won the lottery. Like, what is Powerball right now? 600 million. If I won 600 million, my homeboys be like, I don't know what you gonna do with that shit, but you know, just do what the." I'll feel bad, like, nigga, y'all not looking out for me, like.
How many times have you heard a person, you tell that to a person, and they tell you what they do, and they get some bread, like just now when the pandemic happened, and nobody did what they had.
I haven't had
They
any.
actually had the money to
I
do it.
haven't.
People are
do
always
we be
saying,
honest with
I'll
you?
do this and that.
Powered by Virginia. Radio.